What's up, world? Welcome to the Gorillaz Groove, episode 3. And today we have an important guest. This is my nephew. He is an artist. He does murals. He does rapping. And he does for the community. He's a real overall great guy. And I'm honored to be his uncle. So, before we even get seriously started, man, I know you just been presented the award in the City of Northville, Michigan, and you been officially awarded a day, the Ivy Riley Day, right?
Yes, sir. Ivy Riley Day.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Man, that's so crazy how it just came by surprise for real. They just told me they appreciated the good work and stuff that I put in the community. I had did a lot of work with the kids out there and painting on a couple of painting projects, but one mainly I had let the community come out there and help me paint on a project, and everybody was involved in it. Man, they loved it, man. The kids went crazy. I had literally tens and tens of people just piling up trying to paint on the project. And at the end of the project, I just brought it all together. Man, they loved it for real. And after that, they just fell in love with me, man. And, there's a lot of good people out there. And sheesh, they gave me that. They surprised me with that one, though. I didn't even know it was coming. I popped up. They showed me, gave me the certificate. I'm like, man, what? Couldn't believe it, for real.
How that feel?
Amazing, man. Amazing, That's one of them ones. I'm like, what you that's the last thing I thought. Not that I thought they would do, but that I thought they were going to do. That surprised me like a bug. I'm like, man, you feel me?
For sure.
But I appreciate it though.
All right, for the people that don't know you, who is Ivy Riley, a.k.a. IVYAN?
Ivy Riley, see, oh man, Ivy Riley as a person, I'm just a good dude overall, bro. I just strive on just being a good person, for real. Family, man, stuff like that. But IVYAN, it's more like my entertainment when I'm getting into my entertainment bag, for real. Then you got my IVR, that's when I'm getting into my art bag. I did the clothing, I do it all, man. I got my hands in a little bit of everything, in the art world.
Okay, yeah, you creative in so many ways, whether it's murals, clay art, music, content. When did you realize art was really your thing?
Man, way back, I knew it when I was young, man. I always been creative, I always been creative, and I always heard it. It wasn't nothing I hear myself say. I really don't hear myself being like, or tell myself like, you so creative. It's just something I always heard, and eventually it just kind of grew on me though. But and I just started running with it. But I always kind of been creative since younger, man. My mom always told me stories like how I used to you would give me a roll of tissue, to keep me busy, and I'd be turning into little
I
figures.
remember the paper towel rolls.
You know what I mean? Just little stuff like that. And but I didn't start taking it super serious really till I got a little older. And I had my kids, and then we started doing projects and stuff together, and it just got me in that bag times 10. Cause I always been creating and been like little stuff, but they turned me up to the max for sure.
Okay, how would you decide? How would you describe your creative style and what inspires you?
How would I describe it? I would describe it more like, I'll say some urban. It's real urban, abstract. I'm gonna go with I call it urban, suburban, abstract. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like I'm in my own lane with it, even though it might look, I don't know if you think it might look similar to something. Me, when I see it in my head, I just feel like I'm in my own lane with it, though. Not to say I'm just in my own lane better than everybody. I'm just in my own lane and focus on me with it, So I don't look into a lot of artists or nothing. I don't like to be inspired by nobody else's stuff, man. I know that sounds crazy, but I like to just stay in my own lane, watch my own stuff, and I don't go looking for no inspiration or no art or nothing like that,
So like you painted murals, restaurant walls, living room walls, What does it feel like knowing your art lives in people's everyday spaces?
Man, oh man, that's a beautiful feeling. Knowing that, you know, you even want my project on your wall is just, you know, a good feeling. It's so crazy because a lot of people trying to get art from me, man. I could have like been sold out on everything. Like, you know, if I dropped my prices down and was like, man, give me 203. But my thing is, it don't be about money with me. I do it because I love doing it, bro. And I don't want to I'm not doing it to quick flip and get no money. It's like, if you appreciate it, you got to come pay for real. And I'm a hoarder with it, so I kind of already don't even want you buying it. I want to, you know, hang it up and have me a mansion and have my junk put all over it. But, you know, if you like it enough, and you know you convinced me or that money right, you already know I part ways with it, you know.
Yeah, some of the best artists like that, like, would never get rid of their stuff, and you know, then they pass and people get millions of dollars.
For sure, right. Hey, at least my family get it or something, you know. But me right now, you know, it's just because I do it because I love to do it, right? You know.
I forgot to mention you also that's kind of the thing, you know, about we doing this, you know, I just keep it raw. Like, they saying what's up to us.
Yeah.
But like, you also create handcrafted clay pieces too. What drew you to working with clay, and what does the process do for you mentally?
So the clay, oh man, I got into that clay work early. Anything with my hands, I've always been good with my hands, but that clay, it just naturally comes. I used to dig back in the ground, in the dirt, and you know, go to the bottom and play with the clay. And you know, you dig deep enough, you get real clay.
Yeah.
I remember going to restaurants, and they used to have they have a park at the restaurant in the back. I believe it might have been Joe's Crab Shack. But they had a park, and I dug to the bottom, dug this big hole, and was taking out that clay. Yeah, they was sick. But just as a kid, I always loved dealing with clay, man. It's like natural, but I think it's in my blood. It's in our DNA, though. If you really look into, you know what I mean? Ancient America, we go back to Africa too. But speaking of ancient America, bro, it's just in us, bro. You from the diamonds and the grills to the, you know, creating the artifacts, the pottery. You know, the meals, everything, you know, kind of run hand in hand if you pay real close attention. But I feel like it's just in me, though, man. I didn't go to school for it or nothing like that. It's just, you know, it's just in me. But I do got to create a family as well, like my whole family, you know, from my uncle, my mama, my daddy, my brothers, everybody super creative. So, you know, I definitely ain't in this alone, I'll tell you that.
So, look, you got a couple pieces with you or whatever. Can you tell us about them pieces?
Oh yeah, all right. So I brought on my dog first and foremost. My dog, baby 38. So this is when you get into my clay episodes. I do this thing called Day in the Hood. It's a clay episode. I got 6 of them did already. I'm working on number 7, but this is the main character right here, baby 38, stand on big business. You know what I mean? From that way, you see him iced out. You know what I mean? You don't know who this is. You know what you living backwards, you feel me? This the big dog out here. If you don't know who Baby 38 is, get hit, man. Hashtag Baby 38 for sure. Hashtag Day in the Hood.
What's your YouTube channel?
YouTube channel,
matter of fact, all of them, if you know.
Let me give you a rundown. So my YouTube is IVYAN 313. IVYAN 313. Type that in. My Instagram is IVYAN313 too, but you can type in IVR.art. IVR.art. That's my Instagram. Instagram, YouTube. What else is it out there? TikTok, IVYAN313. Same thing like that. But I got so many different, you know, business and stuff I'm pushing out, bro. My head just run with so many ideas that I got a few pages. I got follow Baby 38 too. Baby 38 official. You know, follow Day in the Hood. No.
Get on it.
He's got his own, and he rap too. He got music dropping. He got music out and some stuff dropping soon. You want to feature, man? Get with me, bro.
So like, your YouTube channel kind of build off like your creativity with the clay and like storytelling.
Sure.
What message you trying to put out there to the platform?
Man, just keep creating, man. Create. You know, creativity runs the world. We wouldn't be none of this would be in front of us without an idea. You know, without somebody being creative and putting that plan plan down to get it done. Just keep being creative, man. Be yourself. Be different. You know?
Okay. You also a rapper, and how do your music fit into your art and stuff? You know, and on top of that, you're a father. Like how your music fit into your time.
I run it. This is how I run it. Everything I do runs like comes full circle. It runs hand in hand. So I do music. You know, I need to definitely go harder at it, but I'll be trying to keep up with so many different things. But I don't like making excuses though. So with the music, it all runs in with the. You know how I was just telling you earlier about the day in the hood. I put my music in my clay videos. When I do the clay videos, that's all my music on the backgrounds raw. It ain't all the way mixed down. I just put it out like it is. You know what I mean? And so everything run hand in hand. The music with the camera. I'm just like I try to bring everything together though. You know what I mean? So definitely, as far as that music though, I'm gonna have some new stuff on the way, man. I just been tied up for real. But you know, we coming, man.
But being multi-talented like that is a blessing and a challenge. How do you stay focused and motivated?
My kids keep me motivated. My kids keep me motivated. Like me myself though. I'm a super big kid myself though. Like my kids keep me super childish. Like I'ma just be real. You know, I ain't out here trying to impress nobody for real. Like, you know, I got my girl. I be in mine. We do our thing. We be ourselves. So my kids keep me motivated. We outside doing all types of crazy junk, building stuff, slides, everything, man. I'm a big kid when it comes to my kids because they ain't gonna be young forever, man. And my goal is to just give them the best childhood they can. And even if it don't come down to just materialistic stuff, you know, just that time and that creativeness, for real.
Speaking of kids, how many kids do you have?
I got five kids, yeah. Yes, sir. 5 kids, 1 woman, for real. And I love it. I ain't having no more though, you know, but I love it. It ain't no hard, it ain't no difficult things. Of course it costs cheese, but it ain't like they make it seem. The more kids you got, the more they help each other out. It becomes a system. It's like employees. You got one employee, you know, not to say they're employees, but they can be in a way you're working towards your family company, but they all help each other, you know, and then one watching the other, so they get smart, faster, it's everything, just they pick up and everything so much smoother, you know.
So, like, I know you and your kids can help with the community, like, a lot, like, you know, doing clothes drives and stuff.
Yeah.
Explain to people why is giving back so important to you as an artist and to you as a person overall.
It's definitely important to give back. I love giving back. I like seeing people happy, man. I love seeing people happy, you know, for nothing. If I can do it, you know, I'm always in a good mood anyway. My energy is always high, so I don't mind making other people happy, you know. So it's just kind of like that. Like I said, just a high energy person, man. But, you know.
I was growing up and seeing family involved in community work influence your mindset.
That's the thing too. My family big on giving back, especially my uncle for sure. We used to do the give back. We done been everywhere from the Stardust to you know what I mean, in front of P Block. You know, giving back to the community, ain't getting nothing from it, you know, but smiles and, you know, people being happy. You know, we had some good stuff out there too.
What uncle?
My Uncle you. Yeah.
For
sure. And then my pops too, you know, giving back. I remember back then when we stayed in my pops, Caesar Leo the boss, you know, back when we moved out to the city, I remember, you know, he'll pull up on the block with a bag of toys and everybody would run up to the car and he passing out toys and everything, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So I seen that and I always seen how big that was, and I always wanted to do the same thing, you know, and I do, you know, for sure. I love working, you know, giving back to the community, especially the kids, for sure.
That's what's up. We really need more of that, like, for real, man. Like, I was talking, my first episode of P-Lo, I was explaining, like, you know, it's important, like, for a kid to have,
shout out P-Lo,
you know, people that's direct, you know, with positivity in their life. So it's really important for kids to have positive role models in their life, whether it's a neighbor or anything like that, especially boys, you know. Like, there's a lot of kids like, I hate to say it, but don't even know how to do nothing. Don't know what a screwdriver is. Don't know what pliers is. Never seen a tire get changed. Never cut grass. You know, so
That's the main. That's what I try to do the most for real. I got my kids starting early, you know, wrenching on stuff, screwing up, taking stuff apart. I tell them take this apart, helping me with projects because I understand that, you know, like I say, back to the the creativeness. Back to that, you plant that seed with the kids, and even if you do a little something with them, you don't even know how they're gonna mentally remember that forever. So just plant that seed, just do it one time, 2 times, and you will look up in the future, and it's programmed in them. You know, it's like programming, like everything else, man. You got to put all the right stuff in them for sure, for sure.
we need a lot more of that
Definitely.
these days. But look, have you forced any moments of doubt, setbacks in your creative journey, and how did you push through them?
Man, I think we all, like, even just regular people, setbacks and just life in general. But it's one of them things, like, you gotta keep going, man. Like, back to that positivity. Bro, you gotta stay positive, you gotta keep going. You know, it's a mindset thing. You know, we can focus on the negative or anything. Like, I can literally look at anything and tell you what's wrong with it. You know, just like I can tell you, look at something and tell you what's right with it. It just depends on what you focus on, what you put your mind at. And I try to just focus on straight positivity, you know what I mean? And so,
What does success look like to you right now? Not later, but right now.
right now, it look like life now, bro. I believe outside of material, like, you know, the monetary, you know, stuff like that, life is beautiful. I got my family, you know, my mom and my daddy, my, you know, my kids, my girl, my life, you know what I mean? My family healthy, I'm healthy. You know, that's success to me. But, you know, we definitely got to get to that paper money, too. So when it comes to that paper money, you know, I definitely need that. Now, that's a different type of success I want to get to on that end, getting it up all the way. I need some M's. I ain't gonna lie. You know, these thigh wiles, they tight, though. But it's time to hop in that M bag for sure. Plus.
What's something people might not know about you beyond the art and music and the clay? What's something people might not know about you?
I'm like let me see. I'm a historian, man. I got a nice book collection, man. I'm a historian for I used to want to be an archaeologist when I was young. You know, going back and looking up old artifacts and ancient ruins and stuff like that. So I was always into like history, like a mug, like that old school. So I got a lot of old books at 1900s, 1800s. I like old history. I'm one of those. And another thing, let me see. I don't eat meat. I'm 7 years clean, no meat. Not knocking nobody that eat it or nothing, not pushing it on nobody, but you know, 7 years clean, no meat, no fish.
Any cheating?
Cheating? No, nothing. No
I'm
cheating.
talking about off the food, like over the years.
Yeah, no cheating.
Stuck
Unless
to
somebody
it.
done put some crazy junk in, I ain't know, but I can, bro, your taste buds, when it's been so long, you can spot some meat in the juices, the flavor, everything. Like, it's like your mind just totally, you know, and I ain't against nobody that do it. It's just a personal choice that I went through and tried out myself, and, you know, I've been loving the results of it, you know?
Like if you like eat greens or whatever, like you like just say how people put turkey tails and stuff in, like you won't eat them if it's been cooked like that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't. Nope. I wouldn't even try to do nothing like that yet. But so with that, it's like everything come down to seasoning, anyways. Man, it's about how you season that food up, and a lot of these seasonings we use in plants, anyways. So it's like we all doing the same thing. It comes down to that flavor, man. We ain't eating no meat without.
I'd have ate some of y'all stuff. I'd be like, dang, this vegan, no meat at all.
We get down.
How you sure this ain't meat?
I'm talking
was like
about
it was some type of beans or something. Like,
straight out the garden. We doing
I mean, it wasn't no beans, but it was made out of beans. Something it was.
sure,
but I
yeah.
just remember it was good.
Straight out the garden. That's what we do the gardening. You know, got the kids out there doing gardening, putting plants and trees in the ground, and we cook out the garden. Had them pick it and have them cook it. So, you know, for real. Nothing big. You know, I work with what I got. Like, I'm in the town. I stay in the town. Been in the town for a minute, and I just use my space I got, man. No excuses, like I said from the jump. I don't care if you got it on your windowsill, man. Get out there, get the growing, creating. You know,
Right.
real.
All right, where do you see your creative Where do you see your creativity going next? New projects, new lanes, or new goals, or anything?
Oh man, I'm always building, so I'm going to the next level, man. I want to get better. I love learning, so I'm gonna keep going. Like I can see it going to big. I want to go bigger. I start going bigger and bigger with my projects. Everything got to get bigger. So like with the clay, I started off small with the clay, but then I got into a position in the spot that I was where I was at to where I was working at, where I got in this position when I was around all this clay. So that's when my projects got like super big to where I got to doing like big heads of clay, like because the amount of clay I was using was crazy, you know. So I'm going bigger, man. We want to go big or go home. Big murals, you know. Look out for me. I'm trying to have some stuff on, you know, from your uncle's basement to the, you know, some buildings in Detroit to the town and everywhere, overseas, you know.
That's what's up. Right now, in this season of your life, what's alive in you?
That grind, like, you know, just that grind. That's what's alive in me. You gotta grind to get it. What I notice is a lot of people, you know, we get comfortable and sit back. You know, you would get to a point where you set a milestone up, you get there and you just stop there. Like we gotta be able to get to a point where you just keep going, just keep knocking them down, and real talk, I'm chasing, no.
So, all right, you know the name of the truck and the podcast is the Gorillaz Groove.
Yeah.
So, what puts you in the groove of your creativity? I mean, your creativity.
When I'm getting that bag, that creative bag, I'm like this, man. I keep saying not knocking nobody because I'm just a different person, bro. I don't watch TV. I don't like watching TV. I sit down and try to watch TV too long, I'm gonna go to sleep. I feel like I'm wasting time. Not knocking on TV or nothing. If it's interesting, I hop on, see my girl watching, and like, oh, what you know, I might talk some ass then eventually, but I really don't watch it. So when I'm getting my creative bag, I throw in a lecture or something. You know, I like learning. I like being able to learn while I read. So I got my tablet.
So learning and working at the same time.
I learning while I'm working. I said learn to read, but you know, I'm like, boom. So when I got my stuff, my little documentary or whatever playing, I'm working on my art stuff. So I'm doing two things at once. I'm killing two birds with one stone. I feel like with one stone, I don't feel like I'm wasting no time. I just feel like I'm in super productive mode. And I'm learning, so I stop it, write something down, I learn. Boom, then it just, that's like the bag. That's what bag I like to get in, man, when I'm in my creative. Get them creative juices flowing for sure. Give me a good documentary or a good lecture.
Is it something in you that you ain't talked about that you want people to know?
I want people to know. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to network. I'm trying to connect, bro. You see me? I'm the same person from back in the day, bro. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I ain't really changed, bro. You can still come reach out, talk to me. I'm silly than I'm really a comedian, bro. Like, come chop it up with me. Let's do some business. Let's make some stuff work. I love networking. I love the people. Let's get it, man. Let's make connections from everywhere. Let's do that, bro. I want to see everybody win, bro. I ain't got to be the one in the front. You know, I'll be on the front line, but I ain't got to be the one, you know, that got to make it first or whatever. But if I do, you know, we all on. I'm one of those people too, but I know how to play my position as well, you know?
Right. If it's a young person or somebody coming up want to try to get into art or play or music or anything like that, what kind of advice would you give them?
Let me see. Dude, start small, bro. Start small. Even start big if you can, but start somewhere. Just start. Get it out. Draw. It's like no direction with this doing. Some stuff you don't even know you doing that's gonna pay off in the future.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta just stay consistent, keep going. A lot of times I was just creating stuff. Like I'm just creating, just for the future though. And I see it paid off in the future. So it's like, okay, this makes sense. You know, you gotta build up your resume. You gotta build them small pieces. They add up, you know what I mean? And you won't even know how many small pieces done add up unless you do something day by day and look back like, dang, 30 days straight, do something day by day. You look back to 30 days, you got 30 things there rather than procrastinating. Yeah. I got that one thing. I went super hard this way. I got 2 things done rather than that little bit. You would have got the whole 30 things done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, and that's the same thing to advice I would give just to start. Like, anything is possible. It's it's old. What's my man name? Like Thomas Edison, people like that or whatever. Like it's people that invented 1,000 things and
For sure.
before one popped. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Oh man, definitely. You know,
People's-
and they was building it with nothing. You gotta think the circumstances we was coming from. We was just building them boys without nothing. You know what I mean? Some of our smartest people, self-taught. You know, a lot of things we were doing was when we was working with ourselves and on our own. As far as like
before
teaching
any type of
ourselves and you know,
technology.
grandmas, aunties in the kitchen, we learning, we teaching each other stuff, and we building. You know, we building it up. And for sure, we getting back to that though.
Yeah, the best thing to do is just start, because it's like we sit up there and we think and say I can't, we ain't get this, we ain't get that, and just go ahead and do it with what you have. Like people always ask me, why you do so much? This, that. Don't that hurt? Don't that take away time? Look, doing 30 things that make $1 is better than doing 0 things that don't make nothing.
Right.
And I'm a person that, like, when I'm sitting, man, I get in my head, bro.
Yeah.
And I get in my head and I'm my worst everything, my worst enemy, my worst critic and everything. But it's like, yeah, like you said, just start. But is it anything else you want to talk about or any questions you got for me or
Let me
whatever?
see. Let's see what we talking about.
Something else you
Man,
want to put out there?
for sure. Well, you mentioned P-Lo. Shout out to P-Lo. Got the Stardust going crazy. You know what I mean? We used to be out there back in the day, even, you know, as kids. But, you know, to see it slapping like it's slapping now, man, shout out to everybody part of that movement. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's big for the town right there. Shout out that boy and them boys for sure.
Okay. So before we wrap it up, I got a couple more questions. Like, so I hear you talk about like you spend a lot of time with your kids. You got 5 kids. Like, out of your kids, is it? We don't take the level where we love all the kids same, even if we mess with one more than other. But is it one that stand out a little different out of all your kids right now?
Man, it's so crazy. They all so unique, man. They all are like their own version of it's. I would say me, but to give credit, like they of themselves, it's like crazy. But no, I got some that you know help out more than others. But they all they unique. They all, I think they're all, and it's sound cliche. I know they're all gonna be something. You know, their minds is just like mine. I be having real life conversations with them. We just silly in the house, just joking, playing all day. Like, you know, of course we get serious, handle business. But what I'm saying is like, we definitely, it's a lot of love in the house. I'll tell you that. And they come from a lot of love, so they gonna be loving people as well.
That's what's up. So y'all about to get ready to wrap up the Gorillaz Groove,
You feel me?
episode 3.
Hold on, let me show them boys. I ain't pull out big dog. You know, I do the this the cement head I did, you know. This boy out of cement. Yeah.
Wow.
You feel me? IVR. GSC, Grind Short Customs, you know what I say? I do the clothes, I do the hats, I do the everything. Get with me. We do the walls, all types of stuff. But you know, this one of my old projects right here. It's my dog that ride with me, but I do it all, man. We creative. You know, we breaking down them doors. You want art, tap in, man. You know, you gotta talk to me. Music, tap in. We doing it all. For real. Yep. But go ahead. My bad.
That's what's up. But yeah, this is episode 3 of the Gorillaz Groove podcast. And check us out. Check IVYAN out on the platforms that he dropped at the beginning.
Sure.
And
Say it again. IVYAN 313 YouTube. IVR.art on Instagram.
like I said, it's my nephew. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of the man he became and becoming. I done watched him grow up. He always been different. And a lot of people always used to tell me, especially like around COVID time, like I was into the art and stuff. You know, I still do it, but I just don't never put nothing out. It's like, man, you and your nephew just light, man. It's just that, like, I know it's like, it'd be crazy.
That whole family thing, for sure. Shout out to moms and my moms and pops, my uncle. That's how I said the whole family. Crazy, especially Unc, so talented for real.
And
With
like,
the studio, we used to hit the studio. Uncle used to have me in the studio. I be bullying though. I never used the studio like I was supposed to. You know what I mean? Uncle always told me, come through. I'm just like, man, you know, trying to do too many things at once. Not even.
most people that can rap for real don't do that. Like, you know, they don't be into it like that. Like, they do it at their own time. Like, but put a little more time in, you know, you could drop them couple of hits. We all be out of here.
Man, we gonna get there. We gonna get there for sure, for sure. You know that, for sure. And we grew up off another thing before we end. We grew up off the True to Life, you know, so with the music thing, man, True to Life, my pops, you know, that whole movement they had going, I don't know if y'all remember in Inkster, well, I know y'all remember, but some of the younger cats, I don't know if y'all remember, bro, we used to come through, you know, True to Life, we used to be everywhere with the parades,
trucks,
passing out the CDs, man, we had all types of people featured. Everybody know some of your favorite uncles was featured on the albums, you know what I mean, from everybody, every part of the hood, you know, we done. So I grew up listening to my dad, my uncle's family music, so that's why today I really don't put on too much mainstream. I like that underground, I like that raw drum for real, so it's like, we really had a good influences around us, man, and you know, my pops, uncle, and people, they showed us really how to do it, man, and we still doing it, you know?
Sure. Okay, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, check them out. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
You know it.
Stay in the groove, baby. Holla at you. It's True to Life. To the death.
Yeah.